What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Elephant shoes.
2-1.
Welcome to Corner Wrestling Radio right now, live on BeyondRingside.com, available for download and on-demand listens, of course, through Spreaker.com, and of course, we are simulcast through ProWrestlingRadio.net. I'm your host, Stan Grubb, my tag team partner this evening, Rob Hefner.
Holla, 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 dollar bill, y'all.
Also playing the role of Teddy Long. And we are also joined by the Motor City Motor.
What the hell?
The guy with the fingers on the keyboard doing the ones and the twos.
I was hoping.
That's Teddy Lane. What's up?
Man, and I thought I was delirious falling asleep through this pay-per-view. You've got me beat. At least I get the names right.
And you're ahead of me.
I'm sorry, I was... Yeah. The feeds, the multiple feeds for the network. Oh, originally I couldn't get the network to actually play. So, hey,
you
special
lucky
thanks
devil.
to the network.
You know, it's because you got to pay for it. You know that, right?
So,
yeah.
It's not free.
gentlemen, I ask you this. With what just occurred with the United States Championship on the Fastlane pay-per-view, is the United States title going to be the ladder match du jour for WrestleMania?
Yeah, it certainly seems like they're taking a different direction. I don't really know what the purpose of this whole thing is, but if that's the direction they're going, then that's the direction they're going.
Rob?
Yep. Because they've already introduced 3 combatants into it. You know what I mean? You got Jinder Nobody Cares Mahal, and you've got Randy Nobody Cares Horton, and now you've got Bobby Roode. And everybody cares about Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome.
And so, let's see who else. After tonight, let's see. They'll put in Baron Corbin. They'll put in Rusev. Who else? Kevin Owens,
what is it with their
Zayn.
apparent love for the multi-man match anyway?
Paydays.
I guess.
It's called, they have bought up all this talent, and they're not willing to put more matches together, so they're going to throw them all out there. Be like, all right, well, we've got all these people under contract, so let's just do multi-match after multi-match. You know, because it's worked so good for 205 Live, you know?
You want to know the truth of the matter?
Well, I prefer the truth to a lie.
There you go. Because WWE Creative can't think about how to create so many storylines for individuals, much less tag teams. So, let's just put them all together in a match. It saves us trouble having to build up storylines for a whole bunch of people.
I mean, I will say that if anybody should be pissed up tonight so far,
Bobby Roode?
It should be Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Because last month they were battling for the SmackDown tag titles, and this week they're pre-showing it against Fandango and Breezango.
And Ty Dillinger and Breezango.
Don't correct me.
Could be worse. Hey, could be worse. They could have been in a 6-man match and teamed up with Mojo Rawley. Oh, never mind. They were. Oh, crap.
Exactly.
God.
They've hit the bottom of the barrel.
I didn't think that I could see a matchup that didn't belong as bad as the 6-man tag before the pay-per-view started. Holy crap, was that awful. I mean, the drop kicks that never even met the mark. There were I think there was a snapmare where the guy just basically just does a front flip instead of actually getting his hand to him. I mean, come on. Just awful.
They have Mojo Rawley, and that Rawley is supposed to be getting a monster push, and they're hopefully they're realizing the fact it ain't gonna work.
No. Hold the phone. That was not Mojo's fault. That matchup, the reason was because of Fandango and Breeze.
Dude, I'm not even talking about that. I am talking about the overall effect of Mojo Rawley. He is no. It's like Carmella trying to imitate Michael Hayes' moonsault. It's horrible.
Did you not hear the crowd saying, "You need to learn to wrestle"?
You can't wrestle. Boom, clap, boom,
right.
clap.
They were like,
yeah,
"You can't wrestle."
Yeah,
I'm going.
But I don't like any crowd chant. I think most crowd chants are stupid. So that's kind of a dumb question.
If the crowd is cheering against you to the point of those chants were compared to the Lana chants, and so, and can I say, Becky Lynch? Yes. But
hey, that's my new Twitter best friend, Becky Lynch.
Rebecca Quinn.
She and I share a love for dad jokes.
You just killed this whole conversation.
You know what's horribly bad? I'm watching earlier
Stan's
in the night.
Jokes?
Yeah, that too. I'm watching Crash Lane or Parking Lane, Off Ramp, and even
I like that one. Off Ramp.
Thank you. Even the Spanish and German announce teams have no enthusiasm whatsoever for this show.
When they were introducing some of the ones at ringside, didn't one of them say, "Not New Orleans"?
We'll be at the Silverdome, brother.
He's like, "Not New Orleans." I was like, "Wait, what?" You didn't even say Fastlane. You just said "Not New Orleans."
So there you go. I have a question.
And that shows you how much they're into Natalya. That, hey, Natalya's coming to the ring. Let's go to the other announcers.
Well, the music maintains intensity.
Right. And no, wait, nobody's. I don't know. I mean, Natalya comes out. At least she gets boozed. She actually generates, some degree of heat and reaction.
Whereas no one cares about Carmella.
That's the thing.
I truly believe she's never going to cash that damn thing in.
No, she's cashing in it. She'll probably cash in on Charlotte at Mania. Or on Asuka at Mania.
Or do you think she'll cash it in tonight after the match and then lose it to Tuesday?
That would be busted that quick.
I truly believe she's wearing an outfit that's about as ugly as something you'd have seen in the 1970s on an acid trip hanging upside down from a Volkswagen bus.
Well, I mean, but here's the thing. She does everything that a bad guy or bad girl would do, and it just doesn't work for her. And then she did everything that a good guy or a good girl would do, a hero, and that doesn't work for her. It's like, gosh, is it just... I guess there's just some people that just can't draw that in, They just can't pull the crowd in.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this.
Trying to figure out
Becky with the arm drag there. That's not too shabby. Go, Becky, go.
See, if anybody in that ring should be pissed, it's like Becky. It's like she is the woman that the push forgot. You know, it's like, here, we brought you in. You were our first pick. Yeah, nothing.
And you've gone nowhere fast.
I mean, those two have held the title since she's held it.
What a
yeah,
revolt.
let's see. That's true. That's Naomi and Natalya. Yeah, they both have.
Oh, that looked good. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
So let's kind of look at what?
Don't tell me what to do.
I said Becky normally does.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. It's easy to be distracted by Becky Lynch. I mean, we're just being honest. We're all stand-up guys, you know.
And some of us stand up taller than others.
Well, yes.
Are you standing on a box
That's
this time? No? Oh.
Elevator shoes. Okay, so we definitely got news to talk about for this week. Tons of things going on. Let's talk on something that this is one of those things where somebody has a little bit of egg on their face. So we've all heard the rumors and the talk about filmmaker John A. Bravo that Roman Reigns is on steroids, and possible proof that so is John Cena. Now, Bravo starts on his Twitter and Instagram feed talking about how he's working on having evidence prepared, and then the report comes out that it's not necessarily Roman Reigns, but it's actually, let's see who can remember this guy, Luther Reigns. You may remember the guy that back on SmackDown way back when.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just awkward. Sorry, Johnny Bravo. I was with you. I really was. Until you kind of botched the reveal. And let's also not forget to point out that it was 2016 that Roman Reigns was suspended for said steroid use. And I imagine that he's trying to stay as clean as possible following said suspension.
Or they just stopped testing him.
Well, I mean, hey, stranger things have happened. I mean, look at Batista when he got popped the first time. Look at Randy Orton. And then, of course, there's that whole thing where Triple H went off of it for a few months, and then magically Triple H was chiseled in stone again. But, hey, whatever. You know, lot of controversies, but Jinder Mahal still comes out and he still gets in the ring. That's the biggest crime. Ugh.
It's all right.
NXT had some releases going on as well. Oh, Rob, you had a comment about Jinder?
No, go ahead. I don't care enough to keep talking about him. Move on.
Oh, well, all right. Sorry, Jinder, your moment has passed. NXT had some releases this past week, one of which stood out to me. The rest of them seemed kind of inconsequential. Abby Lath from the Mae Young Classic was released from her NXT contract.
Princess Kimberly.
That's kind of disappointing.
Princess Kimberly, as she is affectionately known in so many different promotions.
Yeah, I mean, she was very, very impressive during the tournament, had a good crowd following. I really thought that they would have done something more with her, but I guess that just wasn't in the cards.
Rob?
What?
Wow. You still with us, buddy?
I'm glad I didn't go smoke that cigarette I was talking about going to smoke.
No, I mean, I just think she suffered the same fate as a lot of people that when they go to the WWE is, like I talked to you about before, there's just so many people there, you know, that we don't know if it was her choice. We don't know if it was, or do we?
It was the release came from WWE for her, so she didn't request it.
Okay. Because, I mean, it may just be like, hey, we don't have anything for you, you know? And, but you would think they'd be trying to bolster their female division.
Yeah, because of the attention that the women's division has gotten on both SmackDown and Raw and NXT, honestly, from the Royal Rumble to Elimination Chamber, they're going to be trying to do another Women's Money in the Bank. You got a lot more reasons to your credit, bolster the women's division. So I don't necessarily understand the release, but maybe you're right. Maybe they just didn't have anything they could put together just yet. That was a bad camera. Well, it was a good and bad camera angle. We got a camera shot full of Carmella's butt.
She has a butt?
Well, I guess. Fishnets. How about we just say fishnets? Because I think that's probably a more accurate description.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the last time I checked, they were actually drawing a picture of a bottom on a milk carton in the hopes that somebody can find one for in the hopes that somebody could find one for Carmella.
God, it's botch central here. The women's match is not going so well. Jesus. No. Ow! What a leg drop. Boy. So, hey, there's also another rumor. These are interesting. Apparently, Dorian Roldan, the gentleman who runs AAA down in Mexico, has been telling several people that he's looking at buying Impact. Yet another potential suitor for TNA.
I mean, when are people going to understand that you just can't keep throwing good money after bad?
I mean, here's the thing. They're getting positive feedback for their last, I guess, special event. I don't guess it was a pay-per-view, but
yes, it was.
Their last big event that was held on.
Yes, that was pay-per-view.
What?
16th anniversary show was live on pay-per-view from Samstown in Las Vegas, Nevada.
That's kind of actually embarrassing.
Where were you? Where were you with the main event of the evening? With the main event being Dalton Castle with the boys defending the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship against Jay Lethal, and Dalton actually successfully.
No.
What?
I'm not talking about the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I knew that just happened. I was talking about Impact's most recent show.
No, but you actually said Ring of Honor's most recent show. That's why I'm going, what the hell?
Wait, what?
You did
God
say
dang it.
You did say Ring of Honor's most recent show that you didn't know existed. Not Impact. Rob?
Son of a...
You were on the same... Rob, are we on the same page?
Okay.
Okay. Let me see if we can recover.
No, see, when I was thinking Impact, and when Eddie said it was in Las Vegas, I just had the thought that it had to be in the casino. You know, like if you watch like National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation, and he loses all his money, then they go like to the casino down the strip where all the games are like really, really easy. It's like I thought that it's like live from Vegas. So far from the strip, you can't even see it. It's Impact's pay-per-view at the Discount Tire and Auto Center.
Well, there's something to be said for that.
Oh, sorry. Impact changed ownerships 5 times in between the show.
It's no longer an owl. It's no longer Anthem. It's now brought to you by Walmart.
Dude. If Walmart oh boy, that's money.
Yeah, but even Walmart couldn't give them enough money for that. Although I will say this, their pay may go down, but at least they'll get paid.
There you go.
And they get to be part owners.
Hey, yeah, that'd be great.
I'm a stockholder.
In Walmart?
Yes.
Oh, great. That's.
Do you get a vest with that?
No.
How about a Have a Nice Day sticker?
There you go. I got a smiley face.
Yay!
Look, and of course, Walmart changed their logo to that little 6-sided flower. It's actually just the little loading symbol from the internet that's been transposed and stop framed.
Oh, wow. Well, there is also another part of this that should be pointed out. And it should come to me any minute now. When it does, you guys are in big trouble because I'll actually remember the thing I was going to say.
Oh, and for the record, since you want to mention Impact and we were bringing up Ring of Honor and blah, 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 what about the fact that Impact World Champion Austin Aries made an appearance on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view to challenge Kenny King for the ROH television title?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, especially since Aries seems to be like, I think his newest nickname is the Belt Collector. So
Belt whore?
Yeah, really. I mean, he's got like 8 of them now.
Yeah. He almost
Pretty soon he's not going to be able to walk.
He almost has as many as Ultimo Dragon did back in the day.
Wow.
Gentlemen.
That's pretty cool. I like Austin Aries. I'm glad to see his success is going on.
Yes, 100,000 companies out there will put their belt on him. WWE is not one of them.
Oops. So here's a thing. We did find out that the All In event being held by the Bullet Club has a location, September 1st, 2018, at the Sears Center Arena in Chicago, Illinois.
Double check CM Punk's schedule.
That is also another situation where the Bullet Club apparently has been, as we see quite often, tweeting back and forth with CM Punk. I mean, honestly, I would not actually be surprised. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Punk did make an appearance. I don't know that he'd wrestle, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made an appearance. And then probably, do one of those things as a great big middle finger to to Vince McMahon.
All right, then let me ask you, Rob, first. I'm going to go to you first on this one. If Punk were to make that appearance and give that almighty finger to Vince McMahon and WWE, has enough time passed where people just won't care? Or will it still matter?
Oh, I think it'll still matter because he hasn't made an appearance anywhere else except the Octagon. He hasn't really come out and said a whole lot of his side. So it's not like he's made the rounds of the Comic-Cons and the wrestling shows and all that. Like it's pretty much like, the Brett versus Vince thing. Even though they went and said their thing, it was like is Brett going to be here? And then when he finally showed up, it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So I think if Punk shows up on something like that, on that kind of stage, then to me, it's like if he doesn't show up there, but then he kind of shows up at WWE one day, then it was all a work, But WWE needs AJ Lee bad, so can she please come back?
We needed Paige, but she got hurt.
That's why we need AJ Lee now.
If I'm able to get anybody in their ear, I would seriously be trying to sell them on bringing AJ back because that would be a really big deal. And it would help. It would help their women's roster. I mean, not like their women's roster sucks, but she could definitely help.
I mean, it gives more depth. I mean, when you got their roster and you go down, it's like the main roster was a few years ago. Like if you got past, your Randy Orton, your John Cena, your then where are you? There's a reason Randy Orton's sitting at 13, 14 world titles because there wasn't anybody to give it to.
Now his first ever U.S. title. Damn it.
Well, he didn't get that because they were too busy giving him the world title because there wasn't anybody to hold that. So you look at your female roster, you got Charlotte, Becky, Natalya, and then where do you go?
The Usos just wiped their, or no, not the Usos. The New Day just wiped their ass with the Usos T-shirt.
Wow, we're buying stand glasses, kids.
That's disgusting. Ew. And he's gonna throw it. He's gonna throw the shirt to the audience too. That's the thing. That's nasty.
You know, the merch guy's like, what do you want all these shirts for?
That's just gross.
I mean,
ew, he's rubbing it on the He's rubbing it on the inside of his trunk. No, don't do it. No. You just rubbed your junk on that nasty shirt.
Stan.
And the
I'm
pancakes.
talking about the guy who was handing out pancakes from that area.
No, he's still pulling out. He's still pulling out pancakes from his crotch.
Oh my God, that's so nasty. And some idiot soul is going to be like, "Oh, a pancake," and they're going to eat it.
At least Kofi's taking them off of a tray stacked about 8 high.
That is so disgusting.
Okay.
How has he not gotten in trouble for this yet? I mean, how is Triple H going to say, "Dude, you can't give people your junk cakes, okay? Come on." Come on. God, that's nasty. So
I have a question.
No, what's nasty is when people eat it.
nasty.
You see the people, he hands them the pancake, and they're like, it's an Uso, it's a pancake. And they eat the thing, and it's like, ugh.
As the Usos are now making their way down to the ring for this SmackDown Tag Team title match, I have a question that is totally unrelated to professional wrestling. And it's actually going to be the
Eddie, let me correct you for a moment. Just a moment. It's not the Usos, it's the Boo-Sos. You may proceed, sir.
It's the Samoans. It's the Samoan soldiers. I used to work with them.
The Boo-Sos.
Okay.
It's the Uso unemployment line.
It's the Uso. Oh, God. I wish this were Wednesday night in TBD because I have one I'd like to say. I'll say it off air during the break. But the station-wide question on an entertainment facet of life is, and you don't have to answer now, you can take a few minutes. Now, this can be either television or movies, and you can either use the real names or the actors' names or their characters' names for the answer to this question. And this is actually a station premiere, kids. It'll be on Facebook a little bit later, facebook.com/FastEddieLane. Give me the names, or what is your personal favorite on-screen duo? What combination? Like I said, you can either use the actors themselves because older folks are going to sit back and say, well, that's, Bob Hope and Bing Crosby in the Road to series. That's Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, or Abbott and Costello. They did movies too. Or you can sit back and say the actors, or if it's on television, you can use the character names. So what is your favorite on-screen duo of all time? One to think about. Because I've asked the question in real life for the last couple of days, everywhere from Buffalo Wild Wings to down at Jake's Soul Food Cafe last night, and I was getting some very unique answers. And a good friend of mine, Officer Daniel Goodwin with the Alabaster PD, said, I don't even have to think about that. Maverick and Goose. I sat back and said, good call. And I was getting, like I said, a friend of mine who is a little bit older than I am, and I'm 52, so he's a little bit older than me, actually was the one who brought up, well, can I use Hope and Crosby for the Road to series? Yes, you can, because they were great together. And, they may have had different identities in each movie, so you can sit back and say, Hope and Crosby. So that is why, and some people, one person actually came to me last night and said, well, can I use Fonzie and Richie? Yes, you can. They were on screen. They had a great chemistry between the two of them during Happy Days for all those years. So it can be television. It can be movies. Either one. What is your favorite on-screen duo? Like I say, you don't have to answer it now. You can wait till later.
Well, the one that came to mind would be Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon.
The Odd Couple.
Their Odd Couple movies, the Grumpier Old Men series that they did. So And then you got John Schneider and Tom Wopat and Dukes of Hazzard. So
That's a good on-screen duo. Bo and Luke Duke.
You know?
Because I just got as I was elaborating a little bit further, a friend of mine here in Birmingham got in touch and said, easy, Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Like, I was trying to think of people that they've done it and then they tried to redo it. You know, like, to me, Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick in The Producers in the Broadway play, then they try to redo it and do all the other casting, and it's just not the same, you know? So.
Martin Riggs and what the heck is the guy's first name? Murtaugh.
Okay, you're thinking of Roger Murtaugh. No, yeah, Roger Murtaugh.
Roger Murtaugh and Martin Riggs.
That was actually the one that came to my mind first. Murtaugh and Riggs from the Lethal Weapon series.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. And I mean the movies, not that garbage TV show that just sucks.
Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, kids. I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old for this day one-ish.
No Uso propaganda here, sir. Ugh.
Or the original Airwolf. Stringfellow Hawk and the old guy. I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised, Rob, you didn't say Ponch and John.
From Chips.
Well, because I know in real life they hated each other. So, you know.
But on screen.
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Eric Estrada had an ego from hell.
See, the original casting was John was supposed to be the heartthrob, Ponch was supposed to be the goofy sidekick. And then everybody took to Ponch because of whatever, and John became the sidekick. And you could see in later episodes, especially in the last season, because I just started watching it with my son, like, Ponch is the one that has to have the investigation or he solves the case, and John's just like there, so. And then John leaves the show the 7th season, and you're like, all right, well, I can see why, because the 7th season sucked. And it didn't help that the guy they brought in to replace John got busted for DUI while filming the TV show.
Oh, that's awkward.
And tried to get out of it by identifying himself as a CHP officer.
Stupid. That was stupid.
But yeah, I mean, towards the end, Stan, they couldn't stand each other so much that their trailers were actually on the opposite ends of the set.
He's right.
Yeah.
But another show,
Dang.
Castle. That show, Castle. Did you know he and her, like, they couldn't stand each other so bad towards the end of the run that any time you see one of their faces and the back of the head of somebody of the other one, it's actually a stand-in because the only time they filmed scenes together was when they actually had to have both their faces on camera.
Jeez. Could you imagine the negotiations for that contract? Oh, no. I don't want him standing next to me unless he absolutely has to. That means if his back's to camera, that's somebody else. Get him out of my face.
Exactly.
That's bad. Jeez, man. Wow.
Yeah. I don't see that coming to any Comic-Con near you,
Jeez, man.
Because
I never knew that.
Because, see, when the new Chips movie came out, the whole cast of the original show, all made a pact not to be in it because of the way it was written and stuff. They were all like, we're not going to be in it. And then, of course, Ponch has a scene at the end. and nobody knew he was in it until it came out.
I love it, the fact New Day just tried to take out the Usos with their own move.
That happened to...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
That's okay. I think we both kind of started at the same time. I apologize.
It's all right. Go ahead.
I was just saying that was kind of the same deal that when the Ghostbusters movie got done with the women cast, and everybody was so up in arms because they thought that everyone from the original cast had turned down cameos. Of course, the movie comes out, and every single one, including the bust of Egon as a cameo. So, I mean, I don't know. I understand why they wouldn't have wanted to for the Chips movie, though. I mean, the writing on that was pretty piss poor.
Oh, I mean, it's like, and the bad thing is like my son is really into it. He really loves Chips and the other show, like Emergency. And so when he saw the movie coming, I was like, ooh, Daddy, can we go see it? And I'm like, no. You can see it when you're older.
Yeah, right. Hey, you know what? We are actually coming up on it. Let's go ahead and take our first break of the evening. And when we come back, we are going to talk about, hey, maybe some embarrassing moments here for an excited female fan that thought her boyfriend did her right, but not so much. When we come back right here on Corner to Corner, we'll tell the tale. Stick with us right here on BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Oh, my God!
What's up, everybody?
Brothers!
Didn't expect that.
Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
If you really want to get raw on Monday nights, tune into the Beyond Ringside Radio Network at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 Central Time for the Midnight Black Mass Podcast. Myself, the Reverend Dan the Dragon Wilson, along with the Strong Style Psycho Tank and Andrew Alexander, bring you a truly blood-curdling experience. Uncensored, uncut, and only on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
The To Be Determined Show, live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on this very radio station, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, as well as the Beyond Ringside Radio app. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, and my producer extraordinaire, Fast Eddie Lane.
That'd be me over here.
My co-host, Joshua O'Hagan.
Kitty got claws. Meow.
My much better half, Angie Nemesis.
Come join the madness.
This is not safe for work. This is your warning, parental advisory. If you have any kind of heart defects, make sure you listen because they will take effect when we go live. I promise you that. For everything outside of wrestling and a little bit of wrestling and hardcore to the bone, we are the To Be Determined Show.
Howdy, friends. It's the Magic City Motormouth Fast Eddie Lane with your invitation to join me, Mark Mabo Bowman, and Brooks Logan Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Find us on BeyondRingside.com, ProWrestlingRadio.net, and the Beyond Ringside Radio app for Amazon, Android, BlackBerry, and a whole lot more. Once again, that's Sundays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Corner Wrestling Radio right here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network, where if you're watching Fastlane, oh, Lord, either Xavier Woods is doing the best Ricky Morton impression we've ever seen, or he's really hurt because that shot he took with that powerbomb to the steps, damn. I don't even know how to describe it. First off,
Tuck your head.
Yeah, that is definitely good advice. So here's the situation.
Okay,
the Usos and the New Day Tag Team Championship going on. Decent matchup. I'm pleasantly surprised by that. But anyway, the matchup goes almost going the distance. Out comes the Bludgeon Brothers right before we went to break. And during the break, I mean, they just beat the tar out of both teams. They threw one member of the Usos into the crowd, dropped another one with the with a boot to the face. The New Day gets squashed, and then Xavier Woods takes a power bomb from Luke Harper onto the steel steps. And yeah, Eddie said it the best. Tuck your chin, man. Tuck your head, because that shot. I mean, it looked like that is just nasty.
WWE just screwed the pooch on selling the whole thing too, because they've still got, instead of having found a way to put his neck in a halo and then get him onto that stretcher, they're holding his head up and leaving him there for the camera.
Yeah, you've got to put a neck brace on him or something. I mean, the good news of that
is obviously he's okay.
Right, because when his head did hit that pretty damn hard. So
unless the truck's telling them, all right, we can't screw this up for lawsuits later. Do not show them moving him.
Well, notice the EMTs were down there in the blink of an eye.
Yeah,
too fast.
Maybe they were on the side of the ramp waiting.
Well, they saw him taking those, wood mallets down. They're like, "Oh, this isn't good."
Let's just send medical. Why? Just do it.
Yeah, we're just,
Now, they are showing, and this is something I wanted to get to, so we'll go ahead and do it now before later. They are showing the replay of the promo from Roman Reigns, where he went all in on Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw. Okay, maybe this doesn't change everyone's opinion of Roman Reigns, because you still got to deal with them in the ring. I get that. But you had to admit that the promo from Roman Reigns was the most genuine and got him more over with the crowd than anything he's done in the past 6 months.
It's because he was in there with no one.
Okay.
And
that's a fair statement. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you.
I mean, he is shooting a promo,
mm-hmm.
and I think, to me, he's kind of starting to embrace the, no one likes me, let me play the
mm-hmm.
heel kind of guy. And,
right.
Because nobody wants to see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. We've all talked about it. Everybody's known it's going to happen. But, but again, he was shooting a promo with no one. He was doing the same thing that Roman Reigns does when he was with John Cena, but the problem is John Cena smacked him down.
Yeah.
Same thing he does with Rollins, but there's nobody to go against, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just over Roman Reigns, so, he could save a
and I get
from
that.
a burning building. I won't care.
Well, and I get that. I mean, there's just some people that just aren't going to change their thought on him. It just is what it is. And I understand. I mean, because, hey, we've had over a year, really, of being told, okay, next year's WrestleMania is going to be Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I mean, we've known about it. It hasn't been a surprise. We weren't surprised with the ending of Elimination Chamber. But you have to look at it from a perspective of, okay, here's a guy that, I mean, he's done every scripted promo they could give to him. He's done every comedy routine they could give to him. And he even tried the whole, I'm not going to talk because I'll just let my actions speak for themselves, like he did after he beat The Undertaker. And that didn't really work for him. It didn't, because he never went full heel. But we get to this, not last Monday where he confronted Heyman, but the Monday after Elimination Chamber, and it's like a whole different guy. It's to Rob's point, maybe he's embracing more of a bad guy mentality, which I think is right. I think it's a good idea to do. Even if he doesn't really go full tilt until after Mania, which that's when I would do it.
He's going to have to do it after Mania. Because everybody who's cheering for him, what's going to happen. As soon as they put that belt on him, we're all going to be, well, not we, because I still am booing, but, people are going to boo him because, now he's the man,
mm-hmm.
and now we have to see him. You know what I mean?
Then question, what's worse? Better yet, What's better? Let's be positive about this. What is better? Having a champion there full time that you can't stand the fact that he's being pushed to the moon and back, or having a part-time champion that you maybe see once every 6 weeks?
Ooh, tough question.
What's better?
Rob, I'll let you answer that first.
Well, I mean, obviously, it's the champion you can't stand because at least the belt's on TV.
Thank you.
At least the belt's going to be there. I mean, it makes no sense, and I've never agreed with this whole thing of, oh, let's put a belt on somebody and then they disappear. Because as much as people have complained and moaned and griped about what Hogan did back in the day, it's the same thing they're letting Brock do today. It's the same thing they let Goldberg do. For almost 2 years, you haven't had one of your two major titles on television.
And the world
it's
is
asinine.
The world is different than before. I got into this discussion Friday night at Buffalo Wild Wings with a friend of mine. There is a world of difference between the Ultimate Fighting Championship that hosts monthly pay-per-views as their primary source of visibility, as opposed to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live, which is a weekly episodic television broadcast. You have lightweight, flyweight, bantamweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. That I remember.
Teacup and
Comet,
extra large,
Comet, Blitzen, Donner, and Rudolph, and Thunder, Larry, Moe, and Curly, and everything else.
Economy size jumbo.
Yeah. You have 7 major championships, if I remember correctly, in the Ultimate Fighting Championships that are recognized as world titles, or theoretically brand championships. You have different champions defend those championships. You don't have somebody who is technically classified as a secondary title. Oh, and by the way, thank you, NXT, for finally picking up my idea of going with the North American title. I love you guys. I hate the fact you took my idea, but I love you guys for taking it.
Damn it, you stole my thunder. That's the next thing I wanted to talk about.
But the thing about it is, I would rather have a champion there that I can't stand, who's actually going to be there, who wants to be there. Sure, all of us would love to have Brock Lesnar's payday and schedule. I'd love to get paid to show up for work once every 6 weeks. Believe me, that would be better than sex. But the fact of the... And dude, you show up for work one day every 6 weeks, and you get paid what he's getting paid, that's better than sex, and a lot less work.
I mean, I never looked at sex as work, but I get your point. I'd be pretty damn happy with his payday without having to. Yeah, I got you. I'm with you, buddy.
Thank you.
I mean, just saying it's yeah. Anyway, I mean, Rob, why don't you go ahead and answer this one? You said obviously the one you see every week, but figured you wanted to elaborate.
Well, I mean, you look at what they got. I mean, right now, your standard bearer for titles is The Miz. And then you still don't have him defend his title except a couple times. I mean, everybody talks about, Brock's not on TV with the belt. Brock's not on TV with the belt. But you know what? In reality, are any of these people defending their title on a regular basis?
No, they haven't been.
Okay, can I, please?
But, at least
That's
the
a
title's
heavy
there.
butt.
You know what I mean? Like, the title's there.
Right.
But it's like what they've done with Charlotte and the Riot Squad that they're picturing now on the pay-per-view. They've built this up to be Ruby Riott versus Charlotte. It's been something that's been building, and now here's the payoff. So we'll see.
Rob?
Yes.
The only belt that I've ever felt should actually be defended on a weekly basis or semi-weekly basis was a television title, i.e. Crockett era, or anybody, if they want to have their little internet titles running around. Hey, we're going to do a live webcast. We're going to defend the internet title. Go ahead, please do. Okay. Every other so-called major or minor championship is supposed to mean something, and that way I have no problem with those being defended sporadically on live TV, but on the pay-per-views predominantly. And like I said, you can call me a traditionalist, you can call me old school, real school, old, ancient, dated, whatever. But championships are supposed to mean something. So if they want to bring back a television title and then do that in a one fall 10-minute match and take it old school like that, or that's more equipped for Zero Alliance Wrestling or Peach State Wrestling Alliance or UCW. They could bring out, or MCW, they could bring out a television title and do a weekly gimmick where they actually defend the belt on TV or on the internet. And then let the rest of their titles, let those build-ups mean something. But this goes back to the problem that I have with WWE Creative. They have utterly and totally failed to give me a reason to care about this pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, you look at The Miz, okay?
Yes.
The Miz is probably one of your best heels you got in the company. He has the Intercontinental title. But what do they do with him? They stick him in the Elimination Chamber where you knew he had no place to be. He had no place being in the Elimination Chamber. Put him in a series with somebody else. Keep him out of the Elimination Chamber because they're not going to let the IC title go against the world title. No one's going to happen. But it's like they are going with the easy way to all right, well, let's just have this, we'll put these 8 guys versus these 8 guys and we'll sprinkle in a female match and we call it a day.
Lack of creative.
So it's just, I like the fact that WWE's going back to less pay-per-views. I mean, I like the fact that they're going back to, focused on them, but it's like, if you still don't build storylines, if you still don't build history without it being the same thing over again, like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens angle. I mean, you take Sami out and you put Chris Jericho in, it's the same damn storyline. Who's next? We're going to take Sami out and put who in? Who's going to be the next person that's going to be Kevin Owens' best friend that he's going to turn on?
Well, after they finish the storyline with Sami Zayn, I think they ought to go ahead and hire El Generico.
Oh, jeez. Cheap shot.
What?
Los Angeles.
Hey, look, El Generico has never appeared on WWE TV.
As I understand it, he is working at an orphanage somewhere. I don't think he's available currently, sir.
Trying to find a way to make Charlotte Flair's pants a little bit tighter so it looks like she has a modicum of a butt.
I don't care what you say. Charlotte looks nice.
Oh, she's a beautiful woman.
If we're being fair here, I mean, I'd probably. Well, let me do a side note first. I had no idea Ruby Riott was Heidi Lovelace. By the way,
What?
I had no idea. I saw a picture of her today online, and I was like, "What?" I freaked out. I'm like, "That's not right. How did I not know that?" I felt like such an idiot. But if I had to choose, if we're just looking at the looks department, I'd say Ruby's probably got more of a complete package.
Except in those pants.
Okay, fine. I mean, if we're gonna make it awkward and maybe get me in trouble, then yeah, I guess I'll say that.
That's just worse than Carney outfits. Looks
Ruby's outfit?
Yes, it looks like something that didn't even make Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's harsh. Harley Quinn would be jealous if she had that outfit. Or not be jealous. Never mind.
Harley Quinn would be recommitted if she had that outfit.
She'd be fine with that. I mean, it's Harley Quinn, for crying out loud. Ouch.
And thank you.
Damn! Did Charlotte smack her face on the wall too? Oh, yeah, that definitely hurt. Just in case that didn't work, let me just throw you face first.
Ooh!
God.
Field goal, 3 points, 52 yards.
Uh-oh. Oh! Ouch! Damn. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Mystery Science Theater portion of tonight's matchup. Holy crap.
And it's also the Time Warp version, thank you, Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I'm a little bit ahead of Stan. And yes, that's what she said.
Dang. Right kick. Wow, that was kind of early, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. I guess Charlotte's going to Mania. So when we went into break... oh, wait, no, let me answer Eddie's question, then we'll talk about that. Would I want to see the belt on every week on a guy that I hate, or the belt every 6 weeks on a guy that's hardly ever there? The main title, to be honest with you, if I had to choose between the two, I would probably want to see the guy that I hate, because like Rob said, at least it's there, and there's always that inkling of a chance.
You don't hate Roman Reigns.
Happen.
You have a Roman Reigns tattoo.
I don't. No, I don't have that, but I don't hate Roman Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. I definitely see your Brian's
Roman
point.
is your big dog.
Whoa. Now that's just awkward, okay? First off, I hate needles, and that just doesn't work for me. And secondly, I mean, I don't really think Roman's my big dog.
Actually, Rob, I thought it said doing it doggy style with the big dog.
Oh, come on! Son of a... God.
I was going to go there saying taking the big dog from the big dog.
What the... Stop it!
No, actually, I kind of like doing it. I like doing it doggy style with the big dog, because you also get BG James in the realm as well.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, that's even worse, because that was kind of a rough-looking suplex.
Oh, you didn't know?
God. Somebody needs to take the old Road Dog out back and whip his ass for writing such a horrible few weeks of SmackDown, by the way. Just awful. I don't know what the hell was that shot. Twice now we've had a camera angle where you're just like, what?
Yeah, normally it's Charlotte's crotch.
Right? I mean, it's like just the obligatory, hey, just look at this lady's crotch. It's cool. What? What a plan. We had in the pre-show, we had a guy call him WWF, and then the last time where he screwed up on the other guy's name, and then we've got the camera guy who just can't seem to get in the right position. Or the right position, depending on what you think.
Wait. Depends on what you call the right position.
Well, they like I said, it's all a matter of perspective. But I think that at least so Roman beats Brock at Mania. I think we all kind of figure that's what's going to happen. But at least then there's always that inkling of a chance that the title is, number one, defended on Raw, and number two, it changes hands to perhaps somebody else. I mean, I actually agreed with you guys initially where I said that Roman was doing better in the middle of the card rather than in the top of the card. Because look when he won the Intercontinental title, everybody's in his corner and cheering for him, loses the Intercontinental title, goes back to the main event, now everybody hates him again. So it's like, I kind of see why they keep putting him back up at the top of the card, because every time they think, okay, well, maybe his time has come and gone, they hear the crowd, and they're like, well, no, maybe we were just wrong. So they throw him back up there. And
what crowd are you listening to? That's what I want to know.
I don't get where you guys think that he doesn't generate a reaction. Either you're watching your shows on mute, or he gets boos and he gets cheers. He's not just like Cena, but he gets the same kind of reaction that Cena gets. Maybe not the magnitude, because he's not Cena. But, I mean, he gets boos and he gets cheers. It's just like, if they were quiet and didn't do anything, then Roman wouldn't be where he's at. Roman would be either unemployed and singing "I'm a Little Teapot" to his daughter like he does in those commercials.
I have those.
Or he would be, at the bottom.
His kid.
That would kind of be awkward if it wasn't. Jeez. False advertisement much?
Matter of fact, I played the Titus O'Neil one during the break.
Is that the one where he grabs Vince and gets suspended? Oh, wait, that's not a commercial.
No, the Titus O'Neil Fatherhood PSA, public service announcement. The one where he's talking about playing goldfish with the kids.
Oh, yeah, and he tries to bet him $20. I remember that. It was a great commercial.
No, that was Ron Simmons. You have a different person on your brain.
Oh, damn. See what I did
Oh,
there?
when he throws the kid his jersey? Is that the same one? Oh.
No, that's Mean Joe Green.
Fucking dumbass freaking barking. What the hell? Anyway.
Yeah, that's so 2014.
Say again? What?
I don't know. Just nod and wave, boys. Nod and wave.
So, let me paint a picture here for you. So you've got a significant other, you got a girlfriend, and you want to impress her. You really want to, do a big moment kind of thing, and you know she's a wrestling fan, and you're a wrestling fan, so you take a step out on the wild side. You go out there and you go shopping for an autograph.
You go to Zero Alliance Wrestling in Pell City, Alabama this coming Sunday night.
You get a picture of her favorite wrestler who, oh, by the way, is Seth Rollins. Now, she's so excited, she's so happy that she tweets this picture. And here's the tweet without me dropping people's names. You know you have a great fella when he sends you a picture of your WWE fancy fella. And then she ats Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins responds, let's see here. Looks like right after she tweeted it. That's not my autograph. That's not even close. It gets better. So, of course, now there's fans just laying into her, like, just calling it awkward and saying she should bury the guy and all this stuff. So, guess who decides to get involved is Randy Orton, who then quotes the tweet saying, "You ruined her day." Listen, guys, if you're going to try to impress that certain someone, maybe you should make sure that the tweet you got is or the autograph you got is legit. Because
it was from Seth Rollins.
Bad.
It's not that one.
Seth Rollins who sells hot dogs.
Seth Rollins who sells used cars.
I mean, the Seth Rollins that signed it was probably sitting there going, why am I signing the picture of this other guy? But okay.
That's not me. Sure, I'll sign it. $50? Absolutely.
Hey, for $50, I'll sign whatever name you want me to sign.
That's right. Bob Marley, you got it. James Brown, absolutely.
Donald Trump?
Yeah, I wouldn't sign that guy's name if you paid me to. Okay, if you paid me to, maybe. But he's president, so I'd get in some serious trouble for that.
Yes, you would. That is called forgery.
You'll get in trouble for anyone you sign, okay? Just not that one.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Oh, wait. No, you're right. That's a crime. Wait. Ah, damn it. Well, hey, we'll look at the time. It is time for our top of the hour break. When we come back, we've got more to talk about, including confrontation from Ring of Honor's 16th anniversary show, the one that I was aware did take place. I promise you. I didn't forget about Ring of Honor's existence. We'll talk about that, talk about a confrontation between Cody Rhodes and Barry the Drug-Free Bear. That's right, you can't make this stuff up. Barry the Drug-Free Bear.
Yes, you can.
Stick with us right here at Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio. We'll be right back after the break.